Real quick before we get started, if you guys could hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice. We're trying to hit 2K subs by the end of the year, and it would be very, very good if we could actually hit that goal. So do make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into the video. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the DS Asylum. I'm your warden, Dimitri Strine, and today I'm just gonna say this straight up. I'm always transparent with you guys. I'm a few drinks in. All right, I'm just gonna say that. Few drinks in. By a few drinks, I mean about 5 shots of whiskey and 3 shots of sake in. So, you know, just be prepared for that. Obviously, every single time I say this, people think I have some fucking alcohol problem. I rarely drink, but when I do, I drink to get drunk, and I didn't record today's video yet, so here you go. But today, as you see on your screen and in the thumbnail and the title, we're going to be talking about LF Rosé Goku Black Platinum Equipment. So I did mention in yesterday's video that I wanted to try and design his platinum equipment. Luckily, I had written what I wanted down, or typed it up, so that, you know, I'd be able to make this video even though I'm kind of drunk. So in terms of his platinum equipment, we're just going to get right into it. The idea that I had for his platinum equipment, because if we take a look at his kit, right? The main thing about him is the extreme bleed. I feel like people really underestimate the extreme bleed. It's very useful. Extreme bleed lasts for a pretty good amount of time, and it just destroys people's health. Like, you inflict someone with this extreme bleed, and it's just they come back into the battlefield and they're like 10% less health. It's actually really good, and I feel like people kind of underestimate how good it is. But that's kind of his main gimmick. He also, he's got some damage inflicted buffs. He's got some arts card cost ups. He nullifies endurance just by existing, which is really powerful. And then he gets a strike card when he enters the battlefield, which is very good. Or not when he enters the battlefield, but when he's faced with an enemy. So when he enters or the enemy switches, he gets a strike card, which is very good. However, it does kind of feel like he's missing something. I will admit, after using him a handful of times, it does feel like he's kind of missing something. But I don't think he needs, a full Zenkai or anything. I think that's a bit much. And I don't want to quite put him on the fixed series, because I don't feel like he needs to be fixed. I feel like he could just use a buff, and that's what this platinum equipment is going to do. So in slot number 1, for his platinum equipment, I think I'm gonna name it something along the lines of like, the time of judgment is at hand, if that's not already a thing. So slot number 1 is gonna be your standard affair buffs. I was thinking he would get up to 15% inflicted damage, another 15% inflicted damage against Tag's Sun family, and the reason why is because Goku Black, one of the most memorable scenes from the entire Future Trunks arc was when Goku got really pissed off that Goku Black killed his entire family, right? But even though Goku Black killed his whole family, he doesn't have any inflicted damage buffs against Sun family. And I feel like he should. I feel like a person that's specifically trying to kill Goku, and someone who actually succeeded in killing Goku's entire family, should probably have some form of inflicted damage buff against Sun family. So we're going to take care of that in the unique equipment. So technically, throughout the unique, he's getting 30% inflicted damage against Sun family, 15% overall. And then I would give him 5% strike and blast defense, just pure strike and blast defense, per battle member he has. So he's going to be a lot tankier when he has other members of the team left, which is absolutely fine, I feel like, because most of the time Goku Black he fought with Zamasu. It wasn't until they merged when he became, a singular being. So I feel like having him be paired up with people, it makes sense that he would be tankier when he has allies with him. So per battle member, he gets up to 5% strike and blast defense. And even when he's by himself, 5% to pure defense actually kind of does matter. So that's what we're going to do for slot number 1. Slot number 2 is actually going to be a unique ability. Like, both slot 2 and 3 are both going to be abilities. And slot 2, I was thinking it would be a ability where he ignores enemy's ability to nullify his extreme bleed, because one of the biggest problems with his extreme bleed is that, as you can very clearly tell, there's nothing in his kit that allows him to just outright ignore any of that. Like, he can cancel buff effects off the green card, but that's usually not enough, and for the most part, most people are going to stay in for the green card and then switch out when you go for the strike, which means he's still not going to be able to inflict the extreme bleed. If, say, they swap into Vegito Blue afterwards, he's immune for 15 counts when he enters the battlefield, and then, you know, you're just kind of screwed. So what I would have the unique equipment do is that on slot 2, he just flat out ignores anyone's ability to be immune to extreme bleed. So it's not like he's entering the battlefield and canceling their buff effects. It's not like he's canceling their ability to be immune to attribute downgrades or abnormal conditions. However, he's making certain that no matter what, when he lands this strike card, he is hitting you with that extreme bleed, regardless, even if you would normally be immune to that. Like, say you're running Green Goku Black and Rosé, Green Goku Black Super and his strike card actually have a chance of inflicting strong bleed. They can still be immune to that. Goku Black's not removing their ability to, you know, be immune to attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. However, while he's on the battlefield, he's ignoring their ability to nullify the extreme bleed. So he's not removing the ability entirely, he's just not caring. He's just like, oh, you're supposed to be immune to this? Well, I'm gonna hit you with it anyway. Here you go. And I feel like, since like the main aspect of his whole gimmick is the extreme bleed, you should probably make it so that there is no unit in the game that can be immune to it. And then finally on slot 3, it's going to be 2 abilities chosen between 4. So kind of like how, let's go ahead and take a look at Gogeta's equipment real quick so I can show you what I mean in terms of choosing different things here. Where is Gogeta's unique equipment? There it is. So right here, it chooses between one of these 3. The way I'm going to build Rosé's is it's going to choose between 2. It's going to be 4 different things you can roll, and it's going to choose between 2 of the 4. And the 4 things that I would have it be choosing from is 10% to damage inflicted every time this character uses a strike card. Increases Arts card draw speed by 1 level for 5 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. Increase Arts card draw speed by 2 when this character enters the battlefield for 5 counts. And then increase Arts card draw speed by 3 when this character enters the battlefield. So if you wanted to go the route of just giving him infinite cards, for 5 timer counts, if you got the double roll of 3 and 2, you could give Rosé plus 5 card draw speed for 5 counts. Like, you could very much do that. Essentially just make it so that for 5 counts, he has to draw cards. Or you could give him the plus 10% to damage inflicted every time he uses a strike card, and plus 3 to Arts card draw speed for 5 counts. That would probably be the best roll, I would say, because plus 5 to card draw speed for 5 counts doesn't really matter. It's not going to make any more of a difference than plus 3. So I feel like the best possible roll would be a combination of 10% to damage inflicted every time this character uses a strike card, plus increase Arts card draw speed by 3 for 5 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. Now, keep in mind, with that 10%, it doesn't go up to a certain percentage and it doesn't go away. There's no timer count associated with it. He can infinitely stack the damage. So if you use enough strike cards, you could give Rosé plus 200% damage inflicted, right? If you can manage to use 20 strike cards in one match, that last slot will give you plus 200% damage inflicted. And the thing that Rosé, I feel like, is missing the most is the ability to actually do a lot of damage himself. Rosé likes to do a lot of residual damage. He likes to hit you with the blue card and, you know, just kind of cripple your whole team. He wants to hit you with that extreme bleed, but he himself isn't exactly doing a lot of damage. So what this last slot allows you to do, it allows you to do a lot of damage, hit any unit in the game regardless of their abilities with that extreme bleed, and then you also still have the super to be able to hit everyone at once. This gives Rosé a very powerful stance in the match. When you see Rosé, you know at some point your team is just going to be crippled to all hell, right? This unique equipment will allow him to do extra damage against the best tag in the game. Obviously, like, Hybrid Saiyans is the best tag, but all Hybrids is a bunch of fucking Gohans. And what's the second best character in the game? Goku, right? Right? Like, the two best characters in the game are most definitely Gokus and Gohans. So by having inflicted damage against Sun Family, he gets both of those. He can take care of both of them. He nullifies endurance, so you don't even have to worry about trying to, you know, work around future Gohan. He's got 30% extra damage against LF future Gohan, and since he nullifies endurance, he can just ignore future Gohan's existence entirely. You know, the super gives him type neutrality, so you could just hit him with the super, nullify that endurance. And the only thing he's missing is a revival disruption, but I don't think he needs that. I feel like the revival disruption can go to someone else on the team, and someone who I was considering, you know, making a platinum equip for and giving them a bit of revival disruption is this man right here, Mr. Corrupted Zamasu, who works incredibly well with LF Rosé. I mean, not only do the colors of purple and red complement each other very well, but they're both very strike-based, very offensively based units, and they just work well together. So I was gonna try and give Corrupted Zamasu the anti-revival with his platinum equipment, while Rosé has the anti-endurance. And actually, Corrupted Zamasu also has, also nullifies endurance, I believe. Yeah, he nullifies endurance on the main for 30 timer counts, so endurance units are really not going to like that combo. And then if we can give Zamasu some kind of, you know, revival disruption, then that'll really make that combo a force to be reckoned with in PvP. So do let me know what you guys think of the platinum equipment that I've laid out for you guys. I will be doing LF Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And as I just mentioned, I will be also doing LF Corrupted Zamasu. Here's the thing about this series. The unit doesn't have to need the platinum equipment yet. You can ask me to do a platinum equipment for any LF. I don't care. They don't have to actually need it yet. We can try and design a platinum equipment that is meant to be released later on instead of one that could be released now. LF Rosé's is more designed for it to, you know, be able to be released right now. But if I were to give Corrupted Zamasu one, it would be one designed to be released much later. I could give Cell one, even though he's literally the newest LF. I could give Grade 8 Vegeta one. Like, it doesn't matter how new the LF is. I can still try and make a unique equip for them. So let me know what you guys think of Rosé's and who you want me to do next. Next will be LF Super Saiyan 4, but after him, and then maybe after Zamasu. Let me know who you guys want to see. And if you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button if you can. It really does help the channel out. All the links you'd ever want are in the description down below. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.